What is up, major friends? This is just to quickly share an important update with you that you should be looking for anytime you get the chance to. Have you ever thought how your channels are grouped in this report? And we are now in the traffic acquisition report. So these are your channel groups. By default, analytics will group your website traffic into different channels and apply its own rules as to how they are grouped and named. Now, there is a new feature in GA4 that allows you to build your own, and you can find it by going to Admin, and in the Properties column, scroll down to Data Settings and find Channel Groups. Now, why is this important? Well, GA4 has close to 20 channels, which you can't see them all here, but they can answer most channel-related questions. But there are still times when you may have to customize them and understand the true performance of your marketing channel. So, for example, here we can see that GA4 groups traffic coming from any social media platform like YouTube into a channel called Organic Social. Now, let's say that you were doing a lot of podcasts on YouTube and you wanted to measure the performance and trends of your podcast traffic. With custom channel groups, you could create a custom channel called Podcast. In fact, let's see how to create one together. Alright, so back in the Properties column, let's go down to Data Settings and Channel Groups. And you should now see this button here that says create a new channel group. So let's create one, and you can see here that you can name it, add some description, and by default GA4 will include already its default channel groups. But you'll go here and create and add a new channel. You can also edit those channels and modify them as you wish. But now for the sake of speed, what I will do is I'll just make a copy of the default channel group. All right. And let's add our new channel, which will be our podcast traffic channel. So I'll call this podcast. All right. And let's add in our conditions. So for condition, this will be any traffic with the medium. So any medium that contains podcast. All right. Click apply and let's save this channel. And I'll save the group. Perfect. Now, two things to know about custom channel groups. First, although GA4 doesn't have much retroactive capabilities, custom channel groups can be applied to historical data, meaning you can measure the past performance of a custom channel. Secondly, you can find custom channel groups in explorations. And let's find the one we created for our podcast. Okay, so now in explorations, what we'll do, we'll look for our custom channel group that we have created just earlier. So just to remember, it was called a copy of default channel group, which was a copy of the default channel group. So let's go to add a dimension and let's type copy or the name of your custom channel group. And here on the attribution, you'll find it here. Let's import this. Let's add some metrics, and I've added total users here. Now, if I was to add in our explorations, I believe I shouldn't get something very significant because this is a low traffic website, so you will only have direct traffic. Now, what you would do to find your podcast traffic, you'll have to go to your filters, click on the filter, and then find your dimension, find your custom channel group, select it. Then we'll add a match type, and it will be exactly matches. And then here in the expression, you'll type podcast. But to see actual numbers, I'll replicate this exploration using data from the GA4 demo account, which I have already done here. Now in the demo account, you can use Google's default channel groups, and I have added them in the exploration, but we can't create custom channel groups in the demo account. But just to understand how custom channels work in explorations, let's pretend that this was actually your custom channel group. Now, by just adding your channel group to the exploration report, you'll have all your channels listed. So if I wanted to focus only on, let's say, organic social or any other channels here, that could be possibly one of your custom channels, we'll do the same again. Go to filters, select your channel group, and then select your match type, and we'll select exactly matches, and I'll enter organic social. Let's click apply, and now we should have everything filtered only to see our channel here. Now, just a quick note, because some of you may not see this feature in your properties, but it is our understanding that it is being rolled out progressively. So many marketers believe that custom channel groups were not available in GA4, and it's understandable. I mean, there's an article from the Google Help Center about how to create them, but they were nowhere to be found. And it is also not in Google's own assets, as you can see in the Google Merchandise Store. So if I was to go to admin and in the properties column, let's go to data settings, you'll see that they are absent. Anyways, I hope you found this little info useful, and stick around if you want to keep up with the constant changes in GA4. See you next time.